you're not quite connecting the way that you have in the past that we want you to?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, not only from band members, but from from the producer as well. And it used to upset me because I mean, obviously, I have a big ego.
How do you not take it personally?
Right? Exactly.
How do you not?
And it's, you're trying to say something the most perfect way that you can.
Exactly. If you don't care, people are going to go, well, do you care?
Yeah.
You go, okay,
exactly.
cool, I'll just change it. Well, hang on, what are you? Are you just an algorithm?
Exactly. But at the same time, at this point in the game, I've been doing it now professionally for 15 years.
Yeah.
So I know that sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. And the thing that I learned is that sometimes sitting down and rewriting something that you feel is not connecting is the best thing to do. Sometimes it's not, sometimes you strike gold right out of the gate. But I've been able to listen to that criticism and not take it negatively, because it isn't negative, it's very positive,
In the long run, for sure. It's been described as a very, very angry record, return to that energy that you had right at the very beginning when, there was just fury and it was like, we're just going to let the whole world hear what we have to say, and approach these difficult subjects and just be completely unafraid. Two questions. One is, when you think about the times when you don't feel the band was in that frame of mind, how do you feel? Because obviously I would probably liken those times to when the Grammys were flowing in and the millions of records were selling. Now, I'm not drawing a correlation between the two, saying that success makes you soft, because you've by no means ever been soft. But I wonder, when you look back at those times in the band, and you have to get back to an angry place, how do you feel about some of the records that perhaps you were trying different things?
It was, that's actually a really good question. I think it's, I don't think success necessarily makes you soft. I think maybe situations, whether they're in your life or somebody else's, can maybe take the edge off of it sometimes. But, we're appropriately chaotic enough that, well, some people keep you in check. These people keep you in insanity phase.
Even if you're phoning it in, it's an awful phone call.
Exactly. It's like, oh, God,
it's
really?
A prank call.
Really? I mean, it's ridiculous. So, I mean, the thing that's always kept this band together is the fact that we're always on the same page musically. Whether we're experimenting and taking things to the next level, or just descending into this sick depth of heaviness. We love making Slipknot music, no matter what that music is. So sometimes we hit and miss, and sometimes we hit the crap out of it.
I want to talk about this album, which is tough for me and you, because we like to bust chops, we like to have fun. But this is a serious body of work that was recorded and made in the wake of the most tumultuous time in the band's history, which has been tumultuous from start. And you guys have always gone headfirst into the chaos and taken it head on. In this case, this stuff was out of your control. And we've spoken openly about the pros and cons, the ups and downs emotionally of continuing with making music. When you actually got into the studio to start to make this record, was it relief? Was it fear? Was it trepidation? What was it?
I mean, it was weird at first, because like I've said numerous times, I mean, Paul was the cheerleader, like he was the guy that got you stoked about the entire process. And without him there, it wasn't daunting, but it was a little like, what do we do?
Yeah. Who's talking here? Who's kind of motivating here?
Yeah,
Who's the one that's tying it together?
But once we started getting into it, like, it really started to kind of come together, and that led to us all kind of talking, which this band doesn't do. We don't talk.
Yeah.
But we started talking about important stuff. We started talking about that day and what was going through our heads, and what was going through our heads the subsequent days. We started to kind of figure out that we were all kind of on the same page as far as like emotionally and just dealing with guilt, dealing with anger, and that's that really kind of led the discussion in the album. But I will say this, and people can say whatever they want. It felt like Paul's spirit was there, because